Scavenging components is one of my favorite gameplay loops in Star Citizen, so in today's video we're going to take out the Shiv and see what we can find around mission locations. We still have the event missions, so I'm going to pick up a bunch. In order to do this, I'm just going to go to my contracts, choose priority missions, Headhunter of course, and we'll be doing the recon mission here, the 71k ones, just because there's loads of ships around these locations, plus I can complete my missions as well while doing this and salvaging components. So let's go and see what we can find. We're at our first mission location here. Let's see if there's any ships on the ground. I'll also grab the data pad while I'm here, just so that I can complete two things at the same time by getting components and also completing my missions. Seems like there's quite a few ships here. Let's see what we can find. I'm going to give a couple of things a scan here. First up, a Zeus. The Zeus has crazy components. A power plant, a JS400, this one. You can only loot, plus the quantum drive, a XL1. You can only loot that as well. And the shield, the FR76. So very good components. The weapons, not so much. I'm definitely gonna loot this thing first. I might give the other things a scan in a minute here. But the Zeus is already open, ready to take. Let me just see if it's owned by the game. It's also owned by the game, since it says game rules. A very good find for our first little ship here. These new mission locations have crazy ships usually. These players have been playing for a long time, and usually they buy the components on the market, or they're already very well situated in the game. Seems like I need to unlock the ports quickly here. Just gonna get into the ship seat, then Alt K. Ports is unlocked. Now we can actually loot all of the components. Start at the front here. It seems like already got a nice little shield here for us. Let's see if I can get it out. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult. Let me try my small attracted beam. Just wiggle it around a little bit. And there we go. I'm gonna push it out of this door here and throw it onto my cargo grid. An FR76, a very good shield that you can loot. It's a military shield, so quite a decent find. All snapped and ready to go. Let's go take the others as well. In the middle is the other two shields, so 3 shields in total. A very good find. Quite surprised. Scavenging in this area is probably a little bit more risky in most cases, just because somebody can come here and loot our ship while it's open. I can probably close it, but I'm a little bit lazy at the moment. Hopefully everybody has done these missions. I haven't done mine yet, just because the rewards seems a little bit lackluster at the moment. But at least there's lots of ships around that we can loot. There is 3 shields in total so far. There should be 1 more maybe. Here is the last shield in the back, so 4 shields in total, which is crazy. Might even upgrade my Catty with this, we'll see. And there we go, 4 shields in total. Now just for the back components here, we've got a JS400 power plant, probably one of the best in game at the moment. Power wise at least, definitely need this for the Asgard. The Asgard very power hungry. So a nice little find, another one. So 2 in total so far. Next up, the quantum drive, I believe is also very good. Also a military one. So all kitted out, the ship. Only thing doesn't have is the NDBs on the turrets. Let's take a look at the coolers here. Arctic coolers, also military, but not the best. And stealth, coolers is the best, but with engineering, we're probably gonna need these, but I bet they probably won't persist. They might wipe everything with engineering, but we can still take these just for in case, you never know. And here is the last one. This is probably the craziest ship I have found in a while. I'm kind of tempted to just leave and go store everything, but before we do that, let me just take a look at everything around this base. Seems like this guy really enjoy his Zeus, but let's move on. Take a look at the other ships here. Here is a little C1. Let's give it a scan. It's upside down though, so maybe not the best for us. So the shield is a rampart, pretty decent. Weapons just default. Quantum drive, a hurricane. I don't think I'm gonna loot this thing since it's not for me. Let's take a look at the pack here. Seems like it's kind of in the air. It has a Hamera quantum drive, pretty decent. The gun's not the best. Attritions, which is nice. But I think I'm not gonna loot it. I think we're all done here for the most part. We have a little starter ship. That's about it. But let me quickly get my data pad and then we can be off and look for more ships. Or wait, there's another Zeus. Seems like a default one, so not worth it. But I'll quickly grab my pad and then we can store all the components. Since this was such a good find, I want to store it early, and then I'll also show you how much you might get for everything if you were to sell it on the market. Shouldn't be too complicated. Just gonna go up here, jump over the wall. Here we go. We've got our data pad, but the NPC's pretty aggressive on me at the moment. Let me just say carry and make sure to store. Now let's make our way back to our ship and fly away. Managed to make it back. That was pretty quick. A little bit risky, but we've got everything here. I'm gonna go to Serpent, deliver my pad and my components. Just because it was such a good find. Here we go, we're at the station. Let's unload our precious cargo. And here we go, we can start unloading. I'm gonna do all the components first, and the pad I'll deliver it separately, just for in case we bug out. And here is our last component. I really hope in the future they include scavenging gameplay. For example, maybe you can do a bounty and the Wicklow ship will show up, which is super rare, and you can loot its components. But for now, this is what we have. We loot player ships and see what we can find. I'm going to take a look at all of these components on the grey market to see how much they're worth. But before we take a look at it, I just quickly want to deliver my pad here as well, just for in case it goes missing. Here we go, delivering it. Hopefully that works, and complete it. Now let's take a look at the website to see how much the components sell for. I'm going to use UAX here just because it has a marketplace that you can actually buy things from players. And here you can see all the prices, but I'm just going to type in my components. Here is our shield FR76. Let's take a look at the price here. I can see here 100k for the cheapest one, and maybe about 450k here for the most expensive one. So let's just say 100k. That's about 400,000 in total if we were to buy this on the market. Now for the quantum drive, we only got one, an XL1. Here you can see about 300,000 to 100,000, but the cheapest one here about 150,000. So I'll add that to my calculator. Now for our power plant, the JS400, we've got two of these. Let's see how much they are at the moment. Seems like the cheapest one here is about 150,000. So not too bad, about 300k for both. So for the Arctic cooler here, I think it's the cheapest one here, about 18,000 thereabout. But also 50,000. I'm gonna go with the 18 here. We got two of those. So in total, it's worth about 886,000. So a pretty decent find. Let's go see if we can find a little bit more. Hopefully we can find some decent weapons as well, like NDBs. We'll see. I'm just gonna go back here to priority headhunters and choose a recon mission here, 71,000. Usually they're the best for finding paths and finding people around them. Here we go, already at our location here. Seems like there's a bunch of freelancers and a few other things. Let's see if we can quickly give them a scan. It's also a Mirai, but it's in the air, so we can't really loot those. So for our ships here, we have a freelancer and a star lancer. I'm going to take a look at the freelancer first here. Let's just give it a nice scan. So for parts, it does have a Mera quantum drive, which is pretty decent. Genoa power plant, which I'm not quite sure about that one. And then we have a rampart. And for weapons, attritions, so not too bad. Let's take a look at the Star Launcher here as well. For the power plant, we have a Lux cord. You can buy this, but pretty decent. But other than that, this thing seems pretty basic, so not the best. Let me just take a look at the Cutty as well. It might have decent weapons, only CF repeaters, and it looks default. But the only thing that I'm going to loot here is going to be the little free launcher here. But it might be difficult getting inside. We'll see. Maybe not my best landing job, but I want to be close to the freelancer here. As long as the ramp is touching the ground, at least we can get in and out. Hopefully we won't clip through the earth and fall to our deaths. Let me see if I can open this. I did not take a look if this thing is owned by the game. We'll find out soon enough though. Let me just open the back. There we go, it's open. We're gonna find out now if it's owned by the game or not. Seems pretty decent. All of the components is in the back here, making it very easy to loot for us. Let me just go unlock the ports and open up everything. Everything is open. Did unlock all the ports as well. So we should be able to grab all of the components. I'm going to grab the shields first. Just because they're probably the most valuable thing, to me at least. Now that we have looted the shields, let's take the quantum drive, the Hamera. One of the best quantum drives that you can buy in NPC shops. The coolers is icebox here, so I'll definitely pick those up as well. I have no idea what these power plants are. I probably will take a look here in a minute, just to make sure that I get familiar with them. Looks like this one is tripping out a little bit. Went through the ship, but we should be able to get it. Here we go. We're almost done here. Just the coolers, and then we're all good to go. Managed to get our last cooler as well. Everything snapped pretty neatly on this ship. Let's go get that NPC. Believe I just need to quickly kill it and collect the body. But for this, I'll just use my ship and tractor beam the body into my ship. Then we get a free set of armor. Plus, I don't have to shoot the NPCs. Seems like it's already dead, the NPC. So I just need to angle my ship towards the body here. Hopefully they don't completely tow my ship. And I have enough time to steal everything. There we go. Here's the body. Let's get out of here. But before I do, let me just make double sure. If we get the pad. There we go. Let's keep the body. I'm going to take the armor as well. Since the Defiance armor is very difficult to get at the moment, after the event it will be difficult. Seems like my ship is still fine. No need to worry. I'm going to go back to the station now, just so that I can deliver the data pad and the components, but the components not too valuable. We did pretty decently, but nothing crazy. And here we go. Got my hangar. Now I can just land and quickly unload everything. We also got a nice set of armor here, but before I do anything, let me deliver my data pad. It's kind of nice being able to do multiple things at once, getting some ship components and decent armor. Now I can send it down, and that's another mission done for me. Hopefully I can complete everything before the event ends, but if I don't, it won't be the end of the world. The skins are pretty lackluster to me. I did find a strange little component here on my ship. Looks like a disk drive almost. I have no idea. But it's just placeholder. I'm just going to throw it out. Don't really need this. But here's all our components. And there we go. That's all our components. Let's quickly send everything down. And then I'll have a look at the worth of them. Everything is going down. Let's take a look on Urkel. Here is the build for the freelancer. Had 3 ramparts, 2 Genoa. Turns out this is industrial A grade, so pretty decent. Lots of power. And then coolers, very good. Stealth, but I would only go 1. And then Hamera, also pretty decent. Let's add everything to the cart and see how much this is in total. So in total, if we were to buy everything, this is about 579,000. So pretty good saving if we're going to use everything. We also shouldn't forget about our friend here. I'm gonna throw everything on the cargo elevator as well. I hope you enjoyed scavenging with the Shiv with me. If you did, leave this video a like, and if you want to see more videos like this, then you can subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.